Whether it's delivering a powerful speech or planning a kid's birthday party, we all strive for success in our endeavors. But when challenges arise, it's easy to feel like the world is against us. What if we told you that these obstacles are not external roadblocks, but rather internal barriers we have built for ourselves? Welcome to Sir Betterment, where we bring you financial, motivating, and betterment knowledge. In this video, we'll dive deep into the 7 greatest obstacles you may encounter on your journey to success. If you like videos like this, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to our channel. By recognizing and preparing for these hurdles beforehand, you can equip yourself with the tools to overcome them and turn a seemingly insurmountable obstacle into a mere stepping stone. Don't let self-sabotage hold you back any longer. Let's tackle these obstacles together and achieve the success we deserve. At number 1, perfection. Are you a perfectionist? Do you find yourself obsessing over every detail? Spending countless hours trying to make everything just right? Well, we have some news for you. Perfection is the enemy of progress. As Elizabeth Gilbert's mother wisely said, "Done is better than good." Striving for perfection can stifle your creativity, drain your energy, and prevent you from making happy accidents that could lead to incredible breakthroughs. Imagine if Alexander Fleming had been a perfectionist and discarded his contaminated Petri dish and never discovered penicillin. To break free from the tyranny of perfectionism, it's time to try something new. Let go of your expectations. Skip a few items on your to-do list and learn how to prioritize. And if you're feeling really bold, send an email with a typo in it. Embrace your imperfections and have a good laugh at yourself. After all, nobody's perfect. So let's say it together. Done is better than perfect. Don't let the pursuit of perfection hold you back from achieving your goals. Embrace your imperfections and make progress towards success. Next obstacle would be one of the scariest. Fear. Fear. It's the emotion that stops us in our tracks and keeps us from achieving our goals. But did you know that fear is actually trying to help us? It's a natural response to perceived danger, and it's trying to keep us safe. Unfortunately, sometimes fear can go into overdrive, preventing us from doing the work we need to do to achieve success. That's why it's important to learn how to work through fear and understand that it's not always a signal of real danger. So how do we do that? Well, first, we need to allow ourselves to feel the fear. Instead of pushing it away, sit with it and notice where you feel it in your body. Ask yourself what you're afraid of and write down your answers. Visualize yourself experiencing your worst fears and ask yourself how you've coped with similar situations in the past. By allowing the fear to be present and calling upon memories of making it through challenging times, we can convince our minds that fear is not something to be afraid of itself. As Franklin Roosevelt once said, the only thing to fear is fear itself. So the next time fear rears its ugly head, don't let it paralyze you. Acknowledge it, work through it, and know that you have the strength and resources to handle anything that comes your way. Remember, fear may be a helpful tool, but it doesn't have to control your life. At number 3, we have lack of clarity. Imagine trying to pack for a trip without knowing where you're going or what you'll be doing. It would be like trying to put together a puzzle without knowing what the final picture is supposed to look like. Without clarity, it's hard to know which pieces to focus on and where they fit. This is true in all areas of life, not just packing for a trip. Whether you're trying to advance in your career or figure out your life purpose, it's essential to start with your why. As Simon Sinek suggests, knowing your why is the key to getting clarity on your how and what. So take some time to ask yourself why you're doing what you're doing. What drives you? What motivates you? Once you have that clarity, the rest will fall into place more easily. Just like knowing you want a relaxing vacation will help you pack appropriately, knowing your why will help you make the right decisions to reach your goals. And if you're still struggling with clarity, don't worry. Sometimes it takes a little digging to uncover your why. It's like trying to find that one missing puzzle piece. It may take some time, but it's worth the effort. So keep searching, and before you know it, you'll have a clear picture of what you need to do to achieve success. And who knows, maybe your life purpose will be as clear as a crystal puzzle piece. Okay, that was a bit of a stretch, but you get the idea. Next on our list of obstacles we need to conquer is making comparisons. In today's world of social media and constant updates from our peers, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others. While it can be helpful to get a sense of how we're doing, too much comparison can leave us feeling drained and unmotivated. To break free from the comparison trap, we need to start by being mindful of how we're feeling when we make these comparisons. Are we feeling inadequate or envious? Instead of letting these negative feelings take over, we need to ask ourselves what we're really getting out of the comparison. By focusing on the helpful bits and letting go of the rest, we can start to appreciate our own unique strengths and abilities. Remember, when we compare ourselves to others, we're often seeing the potential that already exists within us. So let's stop trying to keep up with the Jonases and start celebrating our own successes and accomplishments. Because, as they say, comparison is the thief of joy. We all have moments when we're our own worst critic. Can you think of a time when you were especially hard on yourself? What triggered those feelings and how did you overcome them? Share your story with us and let's learn how to be more compassionate towards ourselves. Next obstacle on our list would be a battle between you and your brain. Number 5. Unmanaged inner thoughts. Are you your own worst critic? Do you find yourself constantly berating yourself for every little mistake? It's time to give that negative inner voice a pink slip. While it's true that self-reflection can be a powerful tool for self-improvement, if your inner monologue is constantly putting you down, it's time to retrain your brain. You wouldn't let a friend talk to you that way, so why let your inner voice get away with it? The Mayo Clinic has found that having a more compassionate inner voice can lead to a range of health benefits, from lower levels of depression to improved coping skills in times of stress. So how do you cultivate a more compassionate inner voice? Start by keeping a thought diary. There are plenty of apps out there that can help you track your thoughts and identify patterns of negative self-talk. Then, work on reframing those negative statements in a more neutral or compassionate way. Ask yourself, what would a trusted friend say in this situation? Or consider how you would talk to a friend who was struggling with the same issue. Remember, your inner voice should be your biggest cheerleader, not your biggest critic. By cultivating a more compassionate inner monologue, you'll be able to boost your mood, improve your health, and achieve your goals with greater ease. At number 6, we have unreasonable expectations. Dreaming big is important, but it's also essential to stay rooted in reality. If our aspirations are out of sync with our current resources, we might be heading for a letdown. That's why setting realistic goals is the key to success. Have you heard of SMART goals? They're specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So make sure your dreams align with these SMART principles to turn them into reality. Now, don't expect everything to be smooth sailing. Starting a new project can be bumpy, and there might be a few hiccups along the way, but that's okay. If you expect these bumps and treat them as an opportunity for learning and growth, even your perceived mistakes can become successes. So don't set the bar too high or too low. Just set it right and keep moving forward. And remember, if at first you don't succeed, then skydiving isn't for you. And the most important obstacle in your life that you need to remove is the unreasonable definition of success. Success means different things to different people, and it's essential to have a clear perspective of what success means to you. Success is not just about reaching the goal you set for yourself. It's about the journey and the growth that happens along the way. If your definition of success is too rigid and only allows for one specific outcome, you might be limiting yourself and missing out on other opportunities to shine. It's important to have an open mind and allow for multiple definitions of success so you can feel fulfilled and accomplished in many areas of your life. To broaden your definition of success, take some time to reflect on what success means to you. Ask yourself, what do I need to achieve to feel successful? What other things could happen to make me feel successful? Be creative and think outside the box. Who knows, you might find that success is easier to come by than you thought. Just remember to celebrate all your wins, no matter how big or small they may be. And that's a wrap on today's video. Remember, no matter what stage of life you're in, it's never too late to start working towards your goal and becoming the best version of yourself. We'd love to hear your thoughts on what we talked about today. Did you learn anything new? Do you have any additional tips to share? Let us know in the comments section below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content. And as always, thank you for watching.